Visit roweteen.com to learn more.
Get this low-mileage lease on this 2024 GMC Hummer EV pickup for $849 per month. We are professional grade GMC.
The team at Liberty Parker earned my trust just by staying committed to my situation, reaching out to me, updating me. Every time I needed something, they were there to give it, showed that they actually cared and that loyalty and trust was there from the start.
Comedian Marlon Wayans joins us in studio with his new tour dates. Tomorrow at 7 a.m. on the KTLA 5 Morning News.
Now at 7, breaking developments in the investigation of an ambush-style murder of a local doctor. Authorities making several arrests, including the doctor's ex-wife.
Some Malibu residents heading home tonight as crews make steady progress against the Franklin fire, where containment stands at this hour.
And eyes on the skies as hundreds of unexplained drone sightings in New Jersey have left residents and public officials scratching their heads. What we are learning now on the news at 7. Good evening, I'm Micah Ullman.
And I'm Sandra Mitchell in for Cher Calvin.
Breaking news in the execution-style slang of a Woodland Hills doctor outside his practice last summer.
Police now have arrested the doctor's ex-wife. She is the 5th person in custody in connection with the deadly shooting. KTLA's Carlos Salcedo live in Calabasas outside a home that has been linked to that ex-wife. Carlos.
Yeah, what a bombshell twist. The doctor's ex-wife, now the center of this homicide investigation. As you mentioned, she's one of 5 people under arrest. Officers spent the day going in and out of this lavish gated community in Calabasas today. The ex-wife, the home linked to the ex-wife of the Woodland Hills physician who was shot and killed execution style over the summer. And the two reportedly had a very ugly, very bitter divorce. Sky 5 was above this Calabasas gated community Thursday afternoon as law enforcement investigators were going in and out of a home tied to a Hang Zaring, the ex-wife of Dr. Hamid Mirso J, who is now under arrest. The Woodland Hills doctor was shot in August, execution style, while walking to his car outside the urgent care facility on Topanga Canyon Boulevard. We spoke with patients back then who were in disbelief.
He's been full of love. He's been full of care and compassion.
Very nice man, very pleasant. I came here almost every month because every time I came, he made me feel better.
After more than 3 months, LAPD detectives, along with the FBI, announced the arrest of 2 people this week who are now facing murder charges in connection to the doctor's death. 41-year-old Evan Hardman of Texas and a 40-year-old Ashley Sweeten of Reseda. It's unclear who pulled the trigger, but the duo had extensive criminal records. A few months before Dr. Mirso J's murder, he had been jumped by 3 men with baseball bats. The motive for the shooting has not been released. Again, 5 people now under arrest in connection with the doctor's death, including his ex-wife. 3 of them have formally been charged. That's the latest from Calabasas. Carlos Salcedo, KTLA 5 News.
All right, Carlos, thank you. One day after the family of Hannah Kobayashi announced that she has been found and is safe, they are now offering refunds to those who donated to an online fundraiser during the weeks-long search. Any donor who would like a refund can submit a claim by December 18th. More than 880 people donated to the GoFundMe. It raised $47,000 for the search and to cover funeral costs for Kobayashi's father, who is believed to have taken his own life during the ordeal.
An Orange County Superior Court judge now has ordered 3 men to stand trial on murder charges stemming from a deadly July robbery at Fashion Island. Leroy Ernest Joseph McCrary and Malachi Edward Darnell of L.A., also Jaden Cunningham of Lancaster, are charged in connection with the death of 68-year-old Patricia McKay of New Zealand. She was run over as 3 suspects fled the scene. Their arraignment now set for December 23rd.
Former UCLA Police Chief John Thomas is no longer with the university. His last day was Tuesday, though it is unclear if he resigned or was fired. Thomas was reassigned from his role as chief in May following a delayed response to violent clashes between pro-Palestinian and pro-Israel groups. The union representing police on 10 UC campuses pushing back, saying the departure underscores the, quote, glaring lack of accountability among UCLA administrators for the disorganized response to last spring's protest.
Fire crews continue to battle the Franklin fire and changes in the weather, bringing some good news for them. Well, just over 4,000 acres have burned. Containment has improved to 30%. KTLA's Alina Bovian has more now from Malibu.
Hi, good evening. Well, we're here at the Malibu Country Mart, and we're starting to see more people in this area, considering some of the evacuations, as you mentioned, are becoming voluntary, and people are starting to come back. So for those living in this community, they can finally take a breath knowing the worst is behind them. It's day 4 of the Franklin fire in Malibu, residents scoping out the devastation left behind. Monday, December 9th, flames tore through this Sarah Retreat neighborhood, a night Alec Gillis won't forget.
It's 11 p.m., start smelling smoke, go outside, look up, sky's red, set up the gas pumps to get the water out of the pool. Fires came, started lighting up the palm trees. The palm trees are crackling, sending embers everywhere. I didn't have goggles, barely had a mask, just a bandana, so much smoke, ash everywhere, can barely see.
All while trying to save his home. Alex says he was trying to save his neighbors. For the people who stayed behind, it was a desperate fight.
It was a lot. We were carrying around 300-pound water hoses for like 15 hours.
4 homes have been destroyed, 6 homes have been damaged, and we are reporting 5 outbuildings or smaller structures like sheds.
Fire officials announcing today the repopulation of certain areas while crews continue to monitor hotspots. And thankfully, no reports of any injuries now. An update regarding containment and also evacuation. All of that will be available during a press conference scheduled for later this evening. I'm Lena Bovin here in Malibu, KTLA 5 News.
And Kai is here with a look at conditions for us at the 7 o'clock hour. Kai.
Yeah, thanks very much, Sandra. Micah. Yeah, fortunately, those Santa Ana winds causing that Franklin fire, they came to a close. They relaxed quite nicely. That happened on Wednesday. We gradually have seen a bit of a cool down, and now, thankfully, we're looking at more moisture in the atmosphere. Mid-morning today, we saw some of that moisture moving through Ventura, Santa Barbara, Los Angeles County, and now continuing to swing in a southeasterly direction. And what we're seeing is just remnants of a very weak cold front bringing some light precipitation to the coastline of northern San Diego County, southern sections of the Orange County communities. You can see the San Clemente, Dana Point areas. Again, nothing heavy up on the boards, and even some light snow showers as we make our way out of Running Springs up towards the Big Bear area. Conditions once again improved significantly, especially through the Santa Monica Mountains. Just hardly any breezy conditions at all. We're still, though, looking at some high desert and mountain winds that continue to gust to about 20, 22, 23 miles per hour. So that brings us a wind advisory for the mountains of Riverside, San Bernardino County, also the high country as you make your way through Hesperia, the Apple Valley, Victorville, Barstow, and that includes the Coachella Valley as well. But these winds will begin to subside once we make our way through the midnight hour tonight. We've got an interesting Friday forecast coming your way. We'll talk about the weekend as well in just a few minutes from now. Back to you.
Kai, thank you. At a detention hearing, Grammy-winning rapper Lil Durk has asked a judge to be released on bond pending trial on federal criminal charges stemming from an alleged murder-for-hire conspiracy near the Beverly Center 2 years ago. The rapper previously pleaded not guilty to putting a bounty on rapper Quando Ron.